Okay, so I'm going to try and explain gerrymandering. Texas, you have Austin. Austin is generally where your blue seats come from around Texas. Now imagine if you take and break Austin into smaller segments and attach those smaller sections of Democrat voters into a huge area of Republican voters. And a lot of times you have to draw these really weird, convoluted maps to be able to include more Republicans so you can overwhelm the Democrat votes. That's how you create a district that is, gerrymandered one way or the other. And it's you end up with these bizarre configurations as you try to shove more of one party into a group to overwhelm the other party. Because yes, this is done with Democrats too. And what normally goes on is you can, as the Republicans in Texas, you only push it so far. There are laws against, rigging it to where African Americans have zero representation. Even though they're a big segment of the population, they can rig it to where they have no voice. And that is supposed to be against the law. And so most states, they go right up to the line. They push it as hard as I can. Like I said, both parties. And occasionally even dance over the edge. And the courts push them back. Well, what Texas is doing now is those guards that were there to say that you cannot create a situation where no black people have representation. Well, they're going to do just that. They're going to take the areas around Austin that are Democrat seats, because it's full of Democrat voters, and they're going to chop them into smaller sections and combine them with great big Republican sections, so there will be less Democrats, creating more Republican seats. Now, like I said, this is also done on the Democrat side. I'm not even trying to pretend like this is not an issue on our side as well. It is. And it is disgusting. What makes this case in particular is because the Republicans drew the maps to begin with, because they were the party in charge. Each party doesn't, it's not like you go, okay, well, we have this many seats, Democrats get this, Republicans get this, now go draw your sections. No, these maps were all drawn by Republicans. And now in the middle of it, they're saying, our maps aren't any good, and they're gerrymandered, and so we have to create 5 more Republican seats. They drew the maps. It's as simple as that. That's why you can't even try and pretend that this isn't just flat out having wealthy, powerful people pick their voters to get what they want. Trump needs 5 more seats, so Texas is going to give them 5 more seats. That's how gerrymandering works. It has just never been this blatant, and it's just going to get worse, because what Texas said 5 and California says you go 5, we'll go 10, and it is just going to continue from there. The people who started gerrymandering, they're dead. But we're still going to allow it to divide this country.